Welcome to DIY Reefers. I'm back with another video, and this one is about testing the reef aquarium. I've noticed some corals looking weird and a lot of algae growth, so I'm going to test and see what I can do to help with the issue or to see what's really going on. And so today I'll be testing alkalinity, calcium, magnesium, and nitrate. And I'm using some Salifert testers and then a store brand tester from Petco. All right, so first I'm going to be testing the alkalinity. And the alkalinity is tested pretty much to monitor the availability of carbonate ions needed for coral calcification. And the ideal levels range from about 8 to 12 DKH. So right here you can see I'm just getting the water from the tank with the syringe that's provided in the kit. And I'm going to go ahead and put some in the test tube. I've also gotten the drops, which is the that they provide, like the reactive agent also, and I'm gonna drip that in, and you'll notice that it already comes as a certain color. So what I'm looking for pretty much is after drop by drop, I'm gonna be looking for a color change, and the color change is specified on the sheet that comes with the test kit, along with how to read the chart. So once I start to drop the reactive agent in, it's gonna start to change color usually within about 5 or 6 drops. Maybe I can kind of tell, and I'll be able to, okay, I'm getting close, and I'll start to go drop for drop. So I'm gonna go ahead and start dropping it in, and after every few drops I'll give it a little shake to see if I can notice anything. So I'll just keep going and we'll see what the color change is. All right, and it looks like I'm starting to get there, and I got a color change right there. It's now like that pink color, so I'll read it. And it looks like my alkalinity came back to about 9.6 DKH. So I'm actually pretty satisfied with that because it is within range, and I'm usually around 9 to 9.5 anyway. So next up, I'll be testing the calcium, and this is just another Salifert kit, and I'm gonna pretty much run through the same process. The calcium levels should be around between 380 and 450 parts per million, and the calcium is really important because we want to make sure that there's high enough calcium levels to help the corals and the invertebrates in the tank pretty much build their skeletons. So I'll just go through here, go ahead, follow the same instructions. Each one comes with its own specific instructions, and this one actually wants you to add a powder to the water sample along with the reactive agent. And so when I first put the reactive agent in, it turns a pink color. What I'm going to be looking for is for it to turn kind of like a bluish purplish color. And once I get there, I'll go ahead and take that same type of reading based off the syringe and comparing it with the chart, and it'll give me the number of what my calcium is. And I'm about to start getting a reaction pretty soon. Usually doesn't take that long with this because you use so much of it when you start the test in the beginning. So I'm gonna see what that color change is and my calcium numbers. And again, boom, there we go. So we got a color change, and my calcium came back to about 460 parts per million. That's actually a little higher than usual, but I did just do a big water change. All right, so next up, I'm gonna be testing the magnesium. And the magnesium is just another important element that helps with the alkalinity and calcium. And so the ideal levels are going to be between 1250 and 1350 parts per million. And so same thing, I'm going to get my sample water from the tank and I'm going to add it to the test tube, and then I'm going to go ahead and put the correct amount of drops from the magnesium test in the water, and also add the reactive agent in the syringe. All right, and so I'll go ahead and get that done, and then I'm gonna put the magnesium in the test tube, and I'll give it a few drops. And same thing, I start with one color, and I'm gonna be looking for a color change as I add the reactive agent, and also giving it a little swirl with every drop that I add in there. So I'm gonna do that, and I'm gonna see what this color change is gonna be. Ideally, like I said, you want the magnesium to be between 1250 and 1350 parts per million. And so I'm gonna see what mine is right now, and gonna look for that color change real quick. And there it is. Looks like I got my change that I was looking for. Yep, boom, there it is right there. All right, and it looks like my magnesium read at about 1140 parts per million. That actually is a little odd. But like I said, I just did a large water change, and I had a lot of algae growing. I've already go ahead and taken a lot of the algae out, and so I'm gonna test again in a day or so to see what really is going on, to see if there's any big changes. And the last thing I'm going to test is going to be the nitrate. The nitrate test is going to be used to pretty much check and see if there's an excess of nutrients within the tank, which obviously there was, because like I said, I had a large algae bloom, and it was usually, well, I know that it was probably due to my feeding. I was probably feeding a little too much, and there was a lot of leftover nutrients that couldn't break down, and so boom, you go ahead, it's kind of like throwing a monkey wrench into the whole tank, and it's gonna get things out of whack. But like I said, I cleaned a lot of the algae out. I don't actually expect the nitrate to read particularly high, because like I said, there was a lot of algae in the tank, and that algae is actually cleaning the tank, taking a lot of the bad stuff out of the tank, which will actually cause the nitrates to be low, because it's essentially cleaning the tank. So I expect the nitrates to be pretty low, but I'm going to go ahead and use this kit to see what it is. It doesn't give me an exact number. It kind of gives me a range off of a paper card. It is a store brand. I got it from Petco, but it's going to be effective either way. So I went ahead and added the tank water in the first bottle, and now I shake it up, and now I'm going to add the second bottle to look at the reaction. It says once you add 10 drops and you give it a shake for a few seconds, then you should let it sit for a few minutes to notice if there is any color change, and then you kind of compare it with the chart. So that's exactly what I'll do. I'll go ahead and give it a shake, and I'm going to check the chart. I'm going to look at it right now, and then I'm going to go ahead and set it up and let it chill to see if it changes any colors, or if I can read anything different based off what it looks like in the chart. So far it's looking like it's in the good range, which I pretty much expected. Like I said, I didn't expect it to be a lot of the nitrates to be really high, because there was an algae bloom, but the algae's been in there, and it's actually been cleaning the tank. And I went ahead and took a bunch of the algae out, and so I didn't see a change. I compared it to the chart, and it pretty much looked like it was legit. So I'll go ahead and I'll keep monitoring. Like I said, I'm gonna dial down my feeding to see if that helps, and I'm gonna continue to manually get some of that algae out and monitor the tank. I'll also probably do another test within a day or so to see if I can get any different numbers. But thank you for watching, and don't forget to like and subscribe. Thank you.